also like staying in, especially like after lockdowns. I mean, we've been staying home a lot. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't want to stay home anymore. You know, the once restrictions
Same.
out, I would just want to go for a fucking long, long walk. You know, not even like
Yeah.
doing just walk and breathe, which is nice. But
Yeah,
then
and
I
you
agree
want
with the
your
balance thing though.
yeah. So you want your partner to, actually match with you on certain things,
I
but you
think,
can
yeah, I think it's
attract
more
the
like a
opposite.
character wise because let's say I don't know, I'm jumping into conclusions real fast, you know, and I would like to have a person who would just like slow down, think it through, you know, like because in my head it's like when I'm like struggling with any decision, I'm like speaking out, so I'm mumbling it out, and I would need those ears to understand me and help me, guide me. You know, those opposites do attract and they do balance each other, but it depends on what kind of level we talk. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
okay.
would you date a girl who like will for instance like first lining of cliches like into rock music? I don't know, like
Like I said, I don't I don't know. Music, like, your music preference is your music preference. Like, I don't
mm,
I'll listen to it, but sometimes I'm like, I'm not trying to listen to that. I'll listen to something else. It's not
yeah.
like I hate you, but yeah.
It's like sometimes like what I do tolerate any like most like 99% of types of music, right? Like fine by me. But you know what I sometimes annoys me when people are just like listening to it too loud that we're there, we're trying to have a conversation, but music is too loud. I cannot even hear myself, and that is could be annoying, like even though we listen to the same music. So
Yeah.
it depends. I don't know what I brought up.
Mhm.
Okay, what about if there's like, opposites attract, is there the right timing for things?
Like, you think every timing when it comes to like meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Um, I believe that yes, timing. Sometimes timing can be wrong, and sometimes it can be good. And what I'm
Mm,
saying by wrong, you can be meeting somebody at your lowest point, and you probably don't want to deal with that person, even though that person might be like the most amazing person, but it's just not the right time. You know,
right.
um, I look at it as
It's actually so unfortunate when that happens, just like,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
because y'all both miss out on something that y'all probably could have had. And I look at it like, okay, but then like, if you are at your lowest point and then somebody does come and bring you out of that lowest point, it can be the right time. So it's kind of interchangeable there. And
I think
sometimes,
I think it's always like there's always a reason for something, and there's
but no,
always
you can't do that, because that you can't say that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's one of my topics. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
no,
We,
go on.
we'll
Like
get into
I
that
do
one.
believe that everything happens for a reason, though. I hate like I started hearing that phrase when I was like 20 or 19, and I hated that phrase to the core. But then you live, you learn, and you observe, and you just like, oh, actually, yeah, because simple story. If you guys don't know it, welcome to my life. A couple years ago, I came back from China. I applied for amazing job in States, and I got through all the interviews, and I was like, oh my God, this is the dream job. And it was really good dream job for real. But then, things went different way in the embassy, and I didn't get any visa. And, and I was heartbroken for 3 months. Legitimately heartbroken. I was laying in bed crying. I didn't want to do anything. And I was like, okay, I'm running out of the money. I need to, get my ass up and like find myself a job, which I did. And with that came back my writing, I started getting paid for that, and now I'm like living abroad, like doing my thing completely remotely and, freelancing and whatever, whatever I do. And I think that's cool, so like it was definitely like right timing to break my heart when I'm looking back in a day, and it
Mhm.
made me in the person who I am today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it
See
was like
that?
all into time. So yeah, but yeah, I do
Yeah,
believe
but
that you don't have to rush anywhere, at least.
Yeah. See, now I got to talk about. I got to bring this up. The everything happens for a reason because that was one of my subjects.
Go ahead.
Um, yeah. More recently, I've been seeing that. I see it like every day. That the saying. Um, and it does. I think everything does happen for a reason, and not saying that every reason is good and not every reason is bad and not every reason is good. Things happen, and for me, I look at it like, okay, so something happened. This happened for a reason, but what can you do to make that reason worthwhile or better? If it's a bad situation, or what can you do to bring yourself out of that bad reason? Because things do happen. It's like a chain. It's like a chain reaction. A chain of events happen.
Yeah. Well, it's more like of if to look into it like more what I can learn the positive side of that, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
like, what's the point to like, you cannot turn back in time and change anything. So why don't you just learn the lesson, do
and do better.
work with the mistakes, what went wrong, what you can improve, and just move on. Because otherwise, you just stuck in the past, basically.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
brings me to the questions on the past. What was that? I wanted to ask. Do you believe
Oh, I get what
in
you're saying.
love? Like you've never been hurt? Oh my god, this is such a cliche. Okay, I forget why they say that. Oh man.
Do
Do
you
you
think you should love
think
like?
do you think so?
Um. Okay.
There's a wind supposed to be in my hair and I
I think you should because everybody is different. You don't have the same experiences with everybody, you
right.
know? And the person that you're with did not break your heart like the last person did. Yeah, I think that you should go all in, like especially if you really feel like you want to and this is what you want, go
Hmm.
all in, don't overthink it and don't half step it, you know,
But
because
sometimes what we
it's
think we want is not actually what is good for us. Don't you think so?
yeah, yeah, no, no, I get that. I'm saying like I'm speaking in a sense that everything is good,
Hmm.
your problems are worked out. You talk to this person, y'all communicated, y'all laid these boundaries down.
Right.
You clearly understand this person,
Hmm.
and
Oh,
you know, and then at that when you guys reach that point, I say go all in, because it's
hmm.
no such thing as half loving. You can't be like I love you one day and then hate you the next. So it's more like you have to be
Yeah.
all in.
I think hate is a very strong word, to be honest, to use the same as a slap on the face, like it is like a mental slap on the face, basically. Boom. Metaphor is my thing. But it's a very strong word. It like it's the same as bitch, like a bitch. But then if you say, oh, you're such a bitch, that meant to be, just like, oh, I hate this movie, meaning, oh my god, I'd rather not watch it. When I
Hmm.
hate you
Hmm.
is like, whoa, especially when it's like in a relationship. I think that's, if person would say it to me, uh, and I didn't do anything wrong, yeah, it's not on me, it's on the person. It's whatever inside of them that, is that I don't have to deal with it per se, the person has to deal with. But I do agree that with this, like, like you've never hurt, like been hurt before, la la. But would I would rephrase it into not as cliche phrase, but like, which is also a
Yeah.
cliche phrase, to be honest, like, uh don't put the previous experience on the person, and don't bring all your baggage into relationship. Oh, la la la, I don't like this, I don't do this and this because this happened to me, because I used to do it a lot. But then again, it's
Hmm.
it's my baggage and I need to work it through. This is why I don't understand when people been in a relationship, like long-term relationship, and within like a month they are like in the other, serious relationship, because you need to time to process it, and to
Hmm.
cool down. I don't know, to think through, and not to be by yourself. but to actually heal, because it doesn't matter who broke it, you still need to heal, and you need to time, to detox, I would say, from a person. It doesn't mean the person was bad, or it just being with someone for long term, it's close. So yeah,
Yeah, that's why I say just if you like if everything is good, you will have your fights, you will have this. Just go all in.
obviously, yeah.
I look at it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
But that's the thing,
I got
like
one for you though.
when two people come together, you have to have the middle ground. I mean, like, it's all about respect with two people. It's not about
Hmm.
like just being together to be in a relationship.
So I got a question for you. Um, do you think you can judge people by the way they look?
Oh, definitely, honey. We all do that.
Uh,
People, like, we all look at the picture. It could matter more or less, but we all look into it, and we all do that.
for me, when I was younger, I used to judge people off their looks until like I just got older, and I was like, people judge me off my looks. Like they don't know anything about me, but they have a perception about me,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like the perception is crazy, and I'm just like, okay, you have your perception, but you don't know me. So I'm not the one to judge people anymore, off, even by the way they look. I just judge them on the way that they act and their character. To be honest, um,
Okay. Okay. Do actions speak louder than words? That's
yeah,
a
they do.
cliche, right?
Yeah, but
There's a cliche about like like women love with their ears and men love with their eyes, something like
mm,
that.
no, but actions do speak louder than words, and that's something that for me, I've been trying to work on for myself, and to keep. I don't know how to explain it, but because I can say a lot of things, and I try to work on doing it. I try to match my words with my actions. I try.
The Gossip Mind Podcast.